Hey my good friend, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. This week I got the chance to take my first test drive in the all-new 2017 Honda Civic Hatch Sport. The new 5-door sports Civic Hatch. What I found out, it's coming right up. If you're one of those who says the Honda Civic has gone stale, offering little or nothing for the enthusiast, then you haven't been looking lately. The brand's about to infuse its core Civic with more driving excitement and style than we've ever seen before. Enter the 2017 Honda Civic Hatch Sport and the Sport Touring, based on the global Civic Hatch 5-door, the first ever to go on sale in North America. On an all-new platform, the Civic Hatch shares the same 106.3-inch wheelbase as the new Civic sedan and coupe, but it has its own silhouette and upper body structure. The roofline pulls back a little further and remains taller than the Civic Coupe to make for a more usable cargo area in the back and a more livable rear seat. The rear overhang, however, is slightly shorter than the sedan, much akin to that of the coupe. Built in Honda's Swindon, UK plant, all Civic Hatch models get a gloss black grille, which is how you're going to spot them in your rearview mirror. Headlights on upper trim grades EX and Sport Touring are full LED, with halogen headlights on LX and Sport. The front fascia on the Civic Hatch is also quite unique, with larger jowls and a higher cheek line, the side grille treatments being larger and more squared. Going with the Sport adds a black lower body package that wraps a somewhat aftermarket looking splitter to the front fascia and lower rockers around the sides. The rear fascia gets bolder styling with large vent-like air extractor trim treatments, a look that's accentuated with a dual center exhaust on Sport models, a variation of what we first saw on the Civic Type R concept at SEMA just last week. Standard LED taillights wrap up into an integrated spoiler element that floats above the rear glass panel, a design distinct from that of the Civic Coupe. At the top of the hatch, a standard rear spoiler is swept cleanly out of the native roofline. All Sport and Sport Touring models get 10-spoke 18-inch gloss black wheels with 235 40R tires, 17-inch alloys standard with the LX and the EX trim grades. Sport carries through the cabin with leather-lined seats, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and carbon fiber style trim all the way across the dash and door panels on the top-line Sport Touring. The full-function steering wheel gets shift paddles with the CVT. The Sport seats held my 5'9", 170-pound frame pretty tight while driving the twisty roads of the California coast and remain comfortable all day long in spite of their firmness. Cloth seating on the LX Sport is even grippier. While much of the interior is identical to the US-built Honda Civic sedan and coupe, the rear cargo area gets 25.7 cubic feet of tall open space, a number Honda tells us beats the competitors' Golf, Focus, and Mazda 3. A slick feature I liked is the side-to-side lateral shade for the rear area behind the seat that can be used and retracted without having to remove it like a side-to-side pull shade. Neat! Powering all 2017 Honda Hatch models is the brand's new 1.5-liter direct-injected Turbo 4. You can have it with both a continuously variable transmission, CVT, or a 6-speed manual transmission, but only on lower trim grades. Horsepower and torque ratings start at 174 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque for the Civic Hatch CVT. Stepping up into the Sport or Sport Touring raises the output to 180 horsepower by way of tuning. If you opt for the 6-speed manual in the Sport, your torque comes up quite significantly to 177 pound-feet. Now, I had the chance to drive both on the windy redwood line roads of California's coast. First the CVT with its dual mode paddle shifters and S mode. Not normally a fan of the CVT, I was pleasantly surprised at how well it provided a snappy shift feel and sporting behavior for carving canyons. You can toggle various simulated gear ratios on the fly in and out of corners, and it'll hold your ratio into tight curves and then out, just like the best of the Sport automatics out there. The manual, on the other hand, will be the choice of purists, offering ultimate control and a very good feel with its shifter. Honda says it will accelerate from 0 to 60 in as fast as 7.8 seconds with the CVT, which feels about right by my seat of the pants. It's worth noting, to get that extra horsepower with a Sport model does require feeding it premium unleaded. Suspension hardware is virtually identical to that found under the Civic sedan and coupe, with McPherson struts at the front and a multi-link suspension at the rear. Brakes and anti-roll bars are of the same specifications. We're told, however, that the damper and spring settings are dialed in for a more European feel, as the Civic Hatch is indeed built over there and is a true global model. My drives on the back roads and at speed on the highway back that up. It has a very supple firmness that you might associate with a Volkswagen Golf. Grit from its 18-inch rubber is a noticeable step up from what you'll find elsewhere in the Civic. Fluid-filled bushings throughout the chassis, in addition to lots of sound deadening, offer up a refined quality of atmosphere even on the rougher pavement. In summary, the Civic Hatch Sport lineup is the next step up on the enthusiasm ladder at Honda. It's competitive in spec with most of the 5-door class in which it will play. Cars from Ford, Kia, Hyundai, VW, Mazda, and now Chevrolet with their new Cruze. And if you want more, the 2017 Civic Si and Sedan and Coupe forums will soon offer that next step up on the ladder. The Civic Type R hatch? Well, that'll be the top rung on the new Honda Performance lineup, but that car isn't coming to us till probably about a year from now. For the here and now, though, my first gut reaction to the Civic Hatch Sport is that with a starting price of $21,300 and $28,300 for the fully loaded Sport Touring, it really does provide an opportunity to get more fun and exhilaration with a higher level of refinement and quality than some in-class offer for the same money. The 2017 Honda Civic Hatch is already on sale here in the United States, but the Sport models come along just after the first of the year, a little bit later in 2017. Now I'll be doing a full drive review on the new Sport when I get more time behind the wheel. Until then, click right here. You're going to see another video that if you like this one, I promise you, you're going to like that. Also, click the round logo there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Either way, stay tuned.